Hey guys, what's up? Jared here, Dex and Dice, Ramblings of an LGS owner, and I'm going to do a little video on TCG Player. And what spurred this was, well, I did a video yesterday where I was revisiting something, an old subject, and I've done a video about TCG Player before, but algorithm, new subscribers, the TCG was months ago, so here we go. Also, they sent me a survey yesterday about asking if international shipping as far as like what was it? Canada, going to Canada or shipping stuff to Canada, which I'm not really a big fan of, especially with TCG's current policies, procedures, and all that. So, yes, I'm going to rag on TCG this video. However, I would like to point out that, like most people, TCG is a fairly decent chunk of my income just because it's like Walmart, man. You know, you have to pretty much list on there to move your shit. Yes, there are unicorn scenarios where you can list stuff on your own private website or whatever. We have migrated to Mana Pool as well, but we actually pretty much split 50-50 with Mana Pool and TCG Player. Just an example, we'll say with the Marvel set that just came out, if I ended up, well, I got like, I think 8 cases or something. So what I did was I cracked 2 cases for the shop and 2 cases for Mana Pool. And then the rest we just, sell in the shop. So like Mana Pool gets close to, if not the same amount of like product and stuff that my TCG Player does generally. That being said, and I'm using this as a thing in case someone from TCG Player is watching, which I highly doubt they are because I'm a nobody and they don't really care what I have to say, but TCG Player needs to do better, and everyone knows this. I'm speaking to the crowd here when you're singing to the choir. There we go. Whenever I talk about this, obviously, but anyways, this is what I think that they need to button up on essentially before they even consider opening up to us shipping to Canada. It's kind of like one of those things like, why don't you plug the holes in your boat first before you look to venture off into, the yonder ways, right? So, my shit's all messed up. Anyways, so, first and foremost, I think, and I'll touch on shipping a little bit later. Why is my stuff jacked up? Sorry, guys. I'll touch on the actual like shipping in a little bit later, but like I think one of the first things that TCG Player needs to do, like Mana Pool does when you first sign up, is just automatically give you all the tools that you need to list and set rules and stuff for like percentages above and below marketplace and all that good stuff. Like you automatically have access to those kinds of tools, like the mass price update thing, when you sign up to sell with Mana Pool. So I think that's probably one of the first things that TCG Player could do to just make things a lot better. Secondly, TCG Player needs to essentially ditch this level progression BS that they have. That's archaic as fuck now, compared to everywhere else. Like, I honestly don't even know why it started. But anyways, I get wanting to make sure that, the people who are selling on there are worth having on the platform and all that good stuff. But it just seems that there should be a natural point to where like, oh hey, we see that you have sold, I don't know, 100 items or something, your feedback is great, do you want pro status now, instead of making you work your way up through those stupid little levels. Because like, let's be honest, it's not that hard to work your way up through the levels, but having those arbitrary like sales numbers and stuff to climb up to those levels is dumb. because there's a lot of people that just simply won't order from your shop if you have like 5 sales. You know, they'll literally go to the next person who has like, 99.9% feedback with, 4 stars, 5 stars, whatever it is, the max stuff, and be like, yeah, I'm just going to order from that guy because I know. So, if they can get rid of that and adjust it completely, get rid of it would be my thing, but like find something to do with that first, that would be great. Next thing on the agenda would be taking you away from the site to ship stuff. Like eBay bought them out 3 years ago, 4 years ago. There's no good reason why there is no kind of integrated shipping now. Granted, and with a lot of the other stuff that I'm about to mention, granted, it could literally just be that TCG players like infrastructure as far as like what their website was coded on and all that good stuff simply just can't handle something like that. And in order to do something like that, they'd have to take the site down for a day or two or whatever to completely redo stuff and then upload it back and see if it works. I understand that that's probably what the issue is. However, if that is the issue, I think most of us would be 138,000% fine with TCG Player disappearing for 2, 3, 4 days to get their shit straight, right? But that's just my overall thinking on all of the suggestions I'm going to make. So that's also that because it's jarring, kind of, to have to go from TCG Player to whoever the hell you ship stuff with, TCG Player, whoever the hell you ship stuff with, And if you're like me, you use Stamps.com, and for whatever reason, Stamps.com just hates me, so I can't seem to be able to like upload all of my orders for like plain white envelope or whatever and it just print them out. I literally have to go in, and if I can do four at a time before it flakes out on me. Anyways, this is not about stamps, so continuing on. Sorry, guys. Next on the agenda would be get rid of the new UI that you guys have. Nobody likes that. Nobody uses it. Everyone I know automatically clicks that little slider where it says use new UI. You just go back to the old one. I don't know why the hell you guys wasted your time and effort on that, but stop. Roll it back. Get rid of it. No one likes it. Secondly, I guess, would go to the website itself. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm sure you have, but like if you're going to, we'll say, look up Marvel play boosters or whatever, and you go to the little magic tab up there and you click it, and then there's the sets that it has or whatever, and you click on Marvel and it opens up a page, and then it gives you the options for like booster packs, singles, sealed booster boxes, stuff like that. If you click on the booster box, it doesn't bring you to booster boxes. It brings up all sorts of other fucking options but a single booster box. It'll bring up like a case of booster boxes sometimes, but most of the time you don't get the single play booster box that you're looking for, right? Same as packs. Sometimes you just don't get packs. It'll load up singles and other random crap. No idea why the hell that does that. It's dumb. TCG Player, you need to fix that or just get rid of the option entirely. Again, I don't know who the hell was in charge of the refacing or whatever that happened almost a year ago with the website or whatever, but it's terrible. Just stop, guys. Pro tip, if you hire your own like in-store, in-house dev team or whatever instead of like third-partying that shit, probably be a lot better. Anyways, what else is there? Okay. Now I guess we will we'll go with shipping in general. All right. One, back to one of the other points. You are owned by eBay. There is no legitimate reason we should not have those tracked PWEs right now. There's no reason. That would cut down on all of the scams that you guys know that runs rampant on your platform, but you don't give a shit because you're not the one eating those lost orders or anything. You take your bit already from that and fuck you, have a nice day. Ha ha. I get it, right? Secondly, your shipping charges and everything needs to be completely overhauled and just redone. If Manipool can have their dollar, I don't know, it's like 30 something or whatever, $1.40, whatever it is for basic shipping on cards in quantities of 1 to 14 as normal shipping, and then once anyone hits that 15 or above mark, it automatically goes to the bubble mailer status, so that buyer is automatically charged $5 for shipping. There's no reason that you, TCG player, can't do something similar. There's just no fucking reason why. And with booster boxes and sealed product, there is no reason why shipping one booster box is the same shipping amount as shipping 12 booster boxes is. There's no reason for that. There is a huge difference in shipping fees if you're doing something like that, especially if you're like me, located in South Carolina, shipping to somewhere over in fucking California. That is probably going to be a $20, $25, $30 fucking shipping fee if I'm, shipping like 2-3 cases or something. But anyways, because like I literally had to bubble mail something today to someone over in California. I believe it was California or Oregon. Anyways, just the card, a single fucking card in a bubble mailer was like $8 just to ship it. And they charged a whopping $1.30 something for shipping. Yes, the card was expensive. Yes, it exceeded the tracking limits, blah, blah, blah. That's why I had to put tracking on it. But it's ridiculous because not only did I lose, we'll say, $6 on shipping, but the fees they took and everything, I believe after the math came up, I made a whopping $4-ish on that fucking card. So TCG, you need to figure out your damn shipping stuff. Also, you do need to figure out your fucking fee structure. Manipool charges 8%. That's total. That is their percentage plus what they charge you to, run their the transaction fee. I get that you guys, and I don't know why the hell I'm playing with this, but I am. I get that you guys are way bigger than them, all that good stuff. But you're hitting us for 15 fucking percent, man. That is unacceptable. It's totally fucking unacceptable. There's no reason for you to be hitting us for 15%. At most, I can see we'll say a 10% plus your 2% for, transaction fee or whatever. So 12% at most. That's still not ideal. I would love to see you go down to like an 8% mark all inclusive. But because you're bigger, I'm giving you a little bit of leeway, man. 15% is just not where it's at, Captain. Also, with your fee structure, for whatever reason, you take the entire amount with your fees. Manipool only takes what the card is. They don't take their fee out of the shipping either. So, like, what the hell's going on with you guys? Why are you being so sluggish in change? Why are you so archaic with everything that you have right now? Why are you the way you are currently? And then what else is there that I think TCG might need to work on there? I did the ship. Oh, yeah. I personally think it would be cool for you to give us the option to be able to choose, if not regions that we want to or don't want to ship to, states that we want to or don't want to ship to. And I get it, that seems weird, but for those of you who have been selling online for long enough, and I don't mean this as bad as it sounds, but we all know that there are certain cities and states and all that good stuff that make up most of your "my package got lost" claims, right? So if we could just opt out of that state entirely, that would be great. Let's see. What else? I think that might actually be about it, you know? Again, TCG is a big part of us, fortunately and unfortunately, like so many of you, so many others out there. Yes, I would love to be able to have my own website and put my own singles and stuff on there, like maybe with, I don't know if I can do anything like that with Shopify or whatever, but I don't have the time to dedicate to something like that currently. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to talk to some people to see if that's even like an option, to where like if I just start up a Shopify and I literally just use SortSwift to import my singles into that, then import it directly into a Shopify website. Like, is that possible? Is that how I'm going to sell my singles? You know, then there's the whole clusterfuck of how do I get traffic to the website, which is a struggle nowadays, but it can be done. I get it. It's just one of those things of like, is the headache worth it right now? I mean, the answer is probably yes, but again, priorities and all that, like, I have employees, sure, but they don't do stuff like on the back end like I do with the website and all that good stuff. That shit's on me. I have to figure that one out. Plus, when I'm here, I'm doing stuff. Then when I get home, you know, I have three kids. Well, I have a 17-year-old who doesn't need taken care of or anything. He works for me too, so like that's kind of null and void, I guess. But I have two small ones at the house too, you know, 5 and 4. I don't have the let me just sit down here, focus on something and get it done king kind of thing. That doesn't happen. That's not a realistic goal currently in my household. So that's on me there. That's a personal pitfall that is hurting the business as well, because I just, by the time I get home and I'm on daddy husband duty kind of thing, kind of eliminates being able to do something like that. But yeah, anywho, I think that's all I've got as far as like TCG bitching goes. If you guys are watching this, TCG player, please start implementing this stuff. I know from watching Mason's video maybe a month ago or whatever about TCG player, like, I know you guys have stuff in the pipeline. I know that you guys know that we need stuff like this, but you're just taking forever to do it because you can. That's pretty much it. Like, if you wanted to institute something in lickety-split, you would do it. Just like I'm pretty sure the increasing of the shipping with direct itself was increased, you know. Your floor price for direct was set in. Like, you guys can do stuff in a timely manner if you want to, but it only seems like you do stuff in a timely manner if it affects you directly. You guys don't necessarily seem to give two fucks about the general seller on your platform. Now, I know that there are exceptions to the rule, because there's always exceptions to the rule. I'm sure there is some kind of a toggle or a switch or something to where when someone starts hitting X amount of dollar sales over the year or whatever, they probably get some kind of a dedicated rep, and you know, their butthole and all that good stuff. No shade to anybody, I'm just saying I know that's probably the case. Because like, if you guys haven't noticed or whatever, like once your inventory goes over like 100,000 cards, there's some kind of a back end switch that gets clicked on to where you see an increase in your orders as well. And no, that's not because you have 100,000 cards. Like, you could go from 90,000 and be getting, I'm just throwing numbers out here, right? You can have like 90,000 cards listed and only be getting 15 orders a day, but once you cross over that 100,000 threshold, you'll start seeing 25 orders, 35 orders, stuff like that. There's some kind of a weird algorithm or switch or something that goes off when that happens. But anywho, last but not least, a floor price. Have a floor price for everyone to follow. Like Manapool has a 15-cent floor price. You guys yourselves even put in a floor price for your direct shit at 40 cents per card. Make the floor price for TCG 15 cents. You can't go below 15 cents on the platform. Do something that is actually beneficial for your sellers. You don't have sellers, you don't have buyers. And I know you don't have buyers, you don't have sellers. But someone has to bring the products to you in order to attract the buyers. You can't just have buyers and no product to sell. So, anyways, I'm done, guys. I'm going to go open up the shop now. But yeah, TCG Player, if for some strange reason you're watching this, and if you have made it through this video, please sort your shit out. I mean, I don't know how much more blunt I can be about that. Reach out to me, too, if you want to talk and, you know, get more suggestions or whatever, or, you know, want to give me a hug and, you know, maybe I can be in TCG's good embraces or whatever. But yeah, you guys have a good one. I got 3 minutes to open up my shop. Take it easy. I'll talk to you in the next video.